Whoa. See that guy right there? Looks like he's hit rock bottom. Well, that guy's actually me. Believe it or not. Now, I bet you're wondering how I got in this wacky situation. It all started in the summer of '86.
Going into this review, I had a big misconception about this era of Volvo. I thought they were merely a more boring BMW, but after driving this one and talking about it for a bit, I found out I couldn't have been more wrong. That's actually not bad. It's 208 horsepower, and I was expecting it to be, I don't know, similar to the Solara.
No, it's it gets up there. They've been using this engine block since the 80s.
Really?
Yeah.
Shit.
And they still use it in the Volvos now.
And he wasn't wrong. They've kept this engine up until 2016 in the Volvo S60, and with good reason, because similar to the Mazda CX-9, the recently redesigned one, this engine offers okay horsepower, but it's combined with a huge amount of torque that's available just like that. It's a really nice combo. Volvo realized that most of its customers weren't going to be revving the hell out of the engine, so why not make it really powerful down low? That's why it offers 236 pound-feet of torque from just 1500 RPM. That's really impressive. What's equally impressive is that this car is even dependable. When most of the time when you have forced induction, it just kind of takes out the reliability, especially as the mileage keeps going up. But Nate's had a different story. How long have you had it?
How long have I had it, or how long has it?
How long has it been in your family?
We bought it new in 2007. So we are the original owners.
And you got this car just
Yeah, because it was originally my mom's car, and so then when she got her, she just got a Mini Cooper. Is that a camel?
Holy f***, that's a camel.
That's a camel.
How do you have a camel out? Okay, that's
So
not adjacent, but no, definitely point out when there's a fucking camel. All right. Okay, so what other cars did you have to your disposal that you could have chosen, or was this your only option?
My dad has a 2008 Yukon Denali.
You could have taken that?
Yeah.
What made you choose this?
Well, that's what I usually drive when I'm at home. Mm-hmm. But then he didn't want me to bring a big SUV here to college, so he just said, okay, you can take this.
On a real note, though, so if you had the choice,
I would probably stick with that.
You'd stick with this?
No, I'd probably stick with the Yukon.
For what reason? Just bigger?
Just because I feel
it's probably quicker too.
No, it's not.
It's got that 6.2 liter.
Yeah, I mean it's quicker-ish.
Quicker, probably off
the line. It's quicker,
but then it's it weighs so much.
Yeah, and I think that's it feels better to drive for me. I don't know. I feel better in a bigger car. Mm-hmm. I think they're easier to drive, or not easier to drive, but I don't know. I feel more comfortable driving in a big car because that's what I actually learned to drive in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Because I learned how to drive in a Toyota Sequoia.
Yeah.
That was a bitch.
Yeah.
There was no feeling of steering, and I've driven a Yukon Denali before. Mm-hmm. I mean, it has like at least a little bit of heft in the steering, so you know you're pushing a 6,000-pound vehicle.
Yeah.
You drive a Sequoia and it's just like Gran Turismo.
Really? Is it really loose?
Lighty. Yeah, it's awful.
So it's that classic Toyota steering?
Yeah, you feel absolutely nothing.
You
don't need to give me that much room.
Oh yeah, I got
Have you had any issues with this, like, with this platform? Because I've heard decent things. Like, I've heard that it's better than a BMW and Audi in relation to reliability, and since you've had this car for so long.
It's mostly been normal wear and tear stuff. We've had to replace, I think we had to replace the timing belt, redid the brakes, but that was all within the last 10 or 20,000 miles.
Yeah, and this
so
has
that's, like,
130,000 miles.
Yeah,
That's
normal wear and tear kind of stuff.
But
pretty
good, though.
Yeah. We have, while we were driving one day down the highway, it was actually after I made my orientation here. We were driving back home, and just this piece of trim here on the outside just flew up, just like randomly.
So it really the only issues, and it's about the only actual one that just was random.
Yeah.
Very few cars would be perfect, and this one is probably about the closest.
Yeah.
To it. I mean, other than like little minor cosmetic things. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because even my Toyota is having a little bit of issues.
You got your head gasket leaking.
Yeah, she's smoking a little bit. It may or may not need a head gasket, but it lives on.
Yeah.
This doesn't need too much.
No.
It's only cosmetic. It doesn't need anything mechanically.
No.
And it drives like the steering is still pretty direct, and it's not loose. There's not like an overly large amount of feel, but it does have some feedback. Yeah. And it has so much visibility that it...
the visibility is incredible.
It's like that hood is slanted at the perfect angle.
So like you feel like you're driving like a flat-faced like bus or something like that.
One thing, this car has a navigation system that pops out, similar to like the Audi.
Yeah,
the new Audi systems that do the same.
There's like a cluster.
He's passing us. Oh no.
Yeah.
Right.
Bow tie till I die.
Close too. Shit. All right.
Okay, so it's right here up top.
Up top. Right.
Yep.
Nation is set.
Yeah, and he talks to you.
He does.
Yeah.
I like it when he whispers into my ear.
Oh.
The OK button is right here.
Okay.
That's nice that it just goes straight to navigation.
Yes.
Because like in the old Toyota systems, which I assume this is probably older than those, because I have a 2008, and this like just goes straight to what you want it to be. But it seems like a little bit more intuitive than systems of this era. Now, one more question: if you had, say, $200 or maybe just $1,500 to do some upgrades to it, fix what you think maybe it's missing, what would you do?
I'm stuck between two things. I would either want to do a twin turbo or like a compound turbo setup, so it builds more boost throughout the RPMs, or I would want to do fatter like wheels and tires, because I think the tires on this
they're
really
I saw there were 205s.
Yeah, they're really
and that's the same size that the Solara. Most of the time, whenever I'm looking at cars, most of the time I don't buy any because I'm broke as shit. But most of the time when I'm just looking, I rarely look for all-wheel drive. But
it's like a nice kind of added feature.
Yeah, it's a nice, and where we live in Indiana, it's a nice added feature that maybe you don't necessarily need, but it's nice to just have. Yeah. Would you buy it again?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so. I like it. It's done me well. I would definitely recommend it to other people too.
And that's the thing. This is one of the easiest cars to recommend because you can't go wrong. No matter what your needs are, they're relatively cheap. Most have all-wheel drive. They're extremely safe. Insurance has to be cheap. And they have enough space to be a solid family car. All the while, they still manage to be a little entertaining on a back road. Look, I was expecting to say this car failed to match its German and Japanese competitors, but the Volvo would surpass many of them in many categories. It may not feature the sportiest ride and handling, but it's more than enough for most commuters. Honestly, here's my advice. If you're looking for a car under $10,000, test drive a Volvo S60.